Hi friends, long time no see. I know, I'm sorry, don't be mad at me, but I figured since prom season was in full effect, I'd drop a prom tutorial. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I created this look, then keep on watching. I already went ahead and primed this eye using my P. Louise base. So for shadows today, we are going to be using the P. Louise Secret Sinner palette. Really today we're going to be focusing on Love Struck, Obsession, and Fling. So with my M506 brush, I'm going to start packing on that first deep brown, which is Love Struck. Alright guys, so before I jump into the next shadow, I take that same brush and kind of run it really lightly over that edge, so everything could kind of smooth out a little bit more, so it's not as harsh and annoying to blend out with the next shade. So again, I'm taking another M506 and we are going to jump into the shade Obsession. And I'm basically doing the same thing just on top of that. So for the last shade that we'll be using for blending today, I'm going to use this shade Fling right here. And that is going to go on top of the previous shade. Alright, so I like to blend twice. Like, I like to do what I just did, and I like to do the exact same thing a second time. So now I'm going to take the Morphe M562 brush, which is a really tiny crease brush, and I'm going to take that second shade Obsession, and I guess I'm just going to try to like retouch the color. Alright guys, so we're going to make our first cut. I'm going to be using the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Concealer in C0, which is white. Because I have my white line, it makes sense to use a white base. So yeah, I'm going to be just putting some of that on the back of my hand, and I just have a small little tiny flat brush, and I'm going to cut it. Since the line is higher than your natural crease, remember to bring this first cut a little bit higher than you usually would. See, so this would be like my normal, how I would cut it normally. So I kind of do that first, and then with using this as my guide, I bring it a little bit higher. I promise this isn't a Jeffree Star sponsored video. To set that white, I'm going to use the shade Glucose from the Blood Sugar palette. It's just one of the best whites, and I'm going to use this M213 brush, which is a really tiny brush, and I'm literally just going to set that line. I know this looks crazy, but now we're going to cut for the second time. So for my second base, I don't really care the color of it because I'm putting gold shadow on top, so I'm just going to use a Makeup Revolution foundation with that same tiny brush that we cut the first time. Alright, so now to set that, I'm going to be taking my Morphe M421 brush and the Warrior by Juvia's Place. I'm going to take this gold right here and just pack it everywhere that we just cut, obviously aside from the white line. So stop thinking about it, and we just talk. Can we just talk about where we're going before we get up? Alright guys, so to make sure that white is as white as possible, I am going to take the Jeffree Star Liquid Lip in Drug Lord, which is straight up white. I also put some at the back of my hand. And I have this really beat up Inglot brush. It's the 30T. I was using it to body paint, and I guess I left it in water so long that I made like this crack off. But anyway, whatever. I'm just gonna take this and go over that line. Don't worry if the lipstick kind of transfers a little bit onto the gold. We kind of got to go back and forth with looks like this. So I'm going to let this one layer dry. I'm going to do a second and clean up that line, and I will be back. Alright guys, so off camera I prime my skin. For big days and events like this, it is very important to moisturize the days before, but I don't really know if you should apply so much moisturizer the day of, because eventually over hours and through time, makeup lifts, especially with moisturizer underneath. So I would just say primer for a day like this. For every other day I don't really care, I do that, but for days like this, you need everything to be on point all day, every angle, every video, everything. So yeah, that's just my opinion. So today I'm going to take my Real Techniques brush and I'm going to be using my NARS foundation that I just have on a little palette. Alright guys, so you already know I like to do 2 concealers. So I always kind of take one that matches me pretty close. And then I have one that's really bright. So I could have that really highlighted effect because I personally really like that. If you're someone who doesn't, then try to just stick to using a shade close to you for something a little bit more natural. So now I'm just going to set these under eyes and I will be right back. Alright, so now we're going to contour this half of the face with powder. So today I'm going to be using the Too Faced Matte Dark Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. I do like matte bronzers. And today for the brush, we're going to be using the Morphe M405. And for contour, I really, especially on the cheeks, I really like to start packing on right here. I know it seems like it doesn't make sense, but to me, contour, this little area right here, that needs to be the most, have the most amount of contour, because that is really what changes your face. You can see a huge difference in this cheek. So yeah, that's why I like that weird awkward placement. And smiling is really important while contouring, because contour tends to, a lot of people think it goes like this. It doesn't. When you smile, there you go. There she is. So now I'm gonna contour my jaw. My jaw is, I don't really feel like, personally I have a very structured, I don't have like a strong jawline, so I really like to contour my jawline for that reason, and to kind of hide the fact that I have a double chin. Nobody needs to know that. For me lately, what I've been doing, because I do have a very pointy chin, as you can see right here, it kind of goes in, so I kind of like to add a little extra contour there, just so I'm even further snatched. For the nose, I am going to take my E62 brush a little bit. I like to start in the center. For me personally, I like to focus the nose contour more in the center of the bridge of the nose. Like, I don't like to start harsh up here because there's no really reason for it to. So I start right here, so this is the deepest part of the nose contour. Alright, so now for blush, I like to use this Laura Geller one. This is in the shade Tropic Hues. I think it is so pretty. So, trust me, I was somebody who absolutely hated blush, and I was like, ew, if the purpose of foundation is to block out the redness of your cheeks, why would you want to put it? But now that I started using it, like, peach is my go-to. I'm not really a fan of pink blush, so I love peach. So this one is one of my favorites. So I really just like to just put it on the apples of my cheek. It's nothing crazy. That's literally the amount I like. Just something, a light wash of color on my face. That's it. I do like to bring it up into the contour because we don't want to look like we're striped, where it's highlighter, blush, contour, because that shit is not cute. So you really have to make sure everything kind of goes together. Alright, so now we're going to finish up these eyes. I'm literally just going to be using those same 3 shadows, Obsession, Love Struck, and Fling, to kind of just smoke out the bottom. No craziness. So I take these little, this is the Luxie 111 brush, which is a mini flat angled brush, and it's just like a perfect little tiny brush for your lash line. Can we just talk, think about where we're going? Alright, so for highlighter today, I'm going to be mixing Miss Amrezy and some of this Laura Geller in Gilded Honey. I actually forgot how bomb this highlight was. I found it and I was like, let me try it again, and I'm obsessed again. So for highlighter, my brush is the Morphe M501. Then for my nose, I like to take a much smaller brush, like a pencil brush. So this is the Morphe M431 brush. Alright guys, so for lips, I want a red lip, so I am going to be using the Lime Crime lip liner in Poison. Okay, and to fill that in, we are going to be taking the Lime Crime lipstick in Red Velvet. Alright guys, so to make sure that this Slayy stays all day, we are going to be taking the Morphe Setting Mist. And this look is complete. Alright guys, so this is your completed look. I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial and found it helpful. I hope all you prom queens and kings slay. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.